and climate change.
Homelessness has been on the rise in LA. Mayor Garcetti speaks out about how projects are going to be funded.
Annenberg TV News is next.
Live from USC, you're watching Annenberg TV News.
Two refugee groups are joining the forces to fight the Trump administration's policy on immigration. Good evening. I'm Cecil Hannibal.
And I'm Kellie Miller. The policy limits the number of refugees that can come to the U.S., even if there are more refugees that qualify. Annenberg Media's Isabel Castillo has our report.
Immigrant and refugees came together in downtown Los Angeles to voice their frustration with Trump administration policies.
And the purpose of that is to bring the refugee divide with the immigrant divide. And the divide has been the documented versus the undocumented.
We have many have more opportunities than the one we had in El Salvador, because living there, we're born there, we love our country, but it's not safe.
Melendez's mother came to the U.S. 19 years ago, seeking a better life for her and her two daughters.
I still have a daughter there, and for the president's decision, her case was denied. I'm happy for Johanna, but it's a 50% happiness, not 100% until she joins us.
According to a State Department proposal, there is a cap of 18,000 refugees for next year. That compares to 30,000 this year. It will be the lowest cap on refugees in U.S. history. Anahita Panahi is with We Are All America, an organization that helps those seeking freedom and refuge.
This leaves hundreds of thousands of refugees without a way to come to the United States on top of the Muslim travel ban.
Sasan Shar is from Syria and has been seeking asylum for more than 3 years. She is an example of how difficult it is for people to make a new home in the U.S. legally.
These refugees and immigrants are our brothers and sisters, and they're humans just like us.
According to Panahi, this is the first time in California 2 organizations are working together to fight for social justice. For Annenberg Media, I am Isabel Castillo.
Despite the current political tension over the impeachment inquiry, House Democrats and Republicans came together to condemn President Trump's decision to pull troops from Syria. Here's Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer on what the Senate should do next.
Because the safety of America, the safety of the Kurds are in the hands of one person, President Trump. And the best way to pressure him is a strong bipartisan resolution, such as passed the House, to undo the damage he has done.
Today, the House voted 354 to 60 to approve a non-binding resolution opposing President Trump's move to pull troops from Syria. Politicians on both sides of the aisle agreed the Kurds have been allies to the U.S. President Trump had this to say in response to his critics.
Nobody wants to say it. We're making the Kurds look like they're angels. We paid a lot of money to the Kurds, tremendous amounts of money. We've given them massive fortunes. And you know what? It's wonderful. They fought with us, but we paid a lot for them to fight with us. But just so you understand, we were the ones that captured ISIS.
The resolution is non-binding and does not call Trump by name, but asks for the administration to have, quote, a clear and specific plan for enduring defeat of ISIS.
The 4th Democratic debate featured 12 candidates on the same stage. Our political correspondent Nathan Hyun has reaction to last night.
Yeah, thanks, Kelly. It definitely was crowded on stage. Bernie Sanders seemed to have no trouble making it through the 3-hour debate, even though he had a heart attack less than 2 weeks ago. The candidates answered questions about everything from Syria and Medicare to Ellen DeGeneres. Senator Elizabeth Warren had the most speaking time with just over 23 minutes, and she was attacked as if she's the frontrunner.
Your signature, Senator, is to have a plan for everything, except this. No plan has been laid out to explain how a multi-trillion-dollar hole in this Medicare for All plan that Senator Warren is putting forward is supposed to get filled in.
Warren dodged questions about whether taxes would have to be raised to pay for Medicare and argued that overall costs for families would go down. But here's what was not talked about: immigration, housing, and climate change. After the debate, a frustrated Julian Castro tweeted, 3 hours and no questions tonight about climate, housing, or immigration. Climate change is an existential threat. America has a housing crisis. Children are still in cages at our border. But you know, Ellen. In the previous 3 debates combined, immigration was talked about for 75 minutes, and climate change was talked about for 45 minutes. The next debate is scheduled for November 20th in Georgia. Now over to you, Kelly.
Thanks, Nathan. A new law should streamline the approval process for low-income housing. Mayor Eric Garcetti says this could save the city millions. The LA City Council just approved a $230 million plan to build 34 permanent housing projects for the homeless. The money will come from Proposition HHH, approved by voters in 2016. The mayor also announced plans to provide housing and services for 100 women on Skid Row. Funding for that project comes from the state.
A mom from Menlo Park in Northern California will spend 3 weeks in prison for her role in the college admissions scandal. She paid $15,000 to rig her son's ACT scores and falsely identify his race on college applications. Marjorie Clapper must also do 250 hours of community service, pay a $9,500 fine, and spend a year on supervised release following her time in prison. Clapper is the 8th parent to be sentenced in the college admissions scandal.
California public university clinics will start providing abortion medication for students. The new state law will take effect in 2023. We spoke to a UC Berkeley student about this.
I feel like, we were finally listened to when all of us came together and we said, like, this is something that students need. This is something that's causing students a lot of unnecessary burden. To have the governor listen to us and back up reproductive equity on college campuses. We're super grateful for the governor and for everyone that we worked with and just for this win in general.
While this legislation is a victory for public schools in California, private universities like USC will not be required to provide these services. USC, however, already offers abortion services at the Student Health Center. Supporters of the law claim the availability of the pills will allow students to have more options when it comes to reproductive health and not have to waste time looking for these services off campus.
In 2017, a proposal to implement a fall break was approved, but this is the first year students get to actually enjoy a couple extra days off. Today, we spoke to USG President Trenton Stone about why he believes fall break is helpful.
Very excited for fall break. I mean, as a student that is pretty busy day to day, personally, I'm really excited to be able to take the break. But I know for a lot of students, it's a really important aspect to not only mental health, but also just being able to catch up on school, being able to just kind of collect and put together your life, and you just need kind of sometimes a few days off to do that.
Some USC students say fall break is a step in the right direction, but also expressed some concerns.
I think it's interesting how they say it's for like mental health and everything. Like, I think it's like a good start to like start focusing on things like that for students.
I feel like it would have been better to like make some like mental health services more available during the break.
I think it's kind of messed up that USC scheduled fall break on homecoming and the U of A game, which are like two things that a lot of people have been looking forward to for a long time.
According to data from the Engelman Student Health Center, there is an increase in counseling around the 8th week of the fall semester. The USC Faculty Senate hopes this break creates a culture that prioritizes mental health. The USC Student Health Centers will be open tomorrow and Friday during the break.
Earthquakes have been a major concern in California. Coming up next, USC Annenberg prepared students for the risk of a shakeup.
And after the break, I'll fill you in with the latest on the new Breaking Bad pop-up restaurant here in West Hollywood.
And a Trojan made the list of Grammy nominations. We'll have more on his musical success coming up next.
Encuentra el bosque más cercano en descubreelbosque.org. El bosque, más cerca de lo que crees.
They call me Prince like I'm royalty or something. But the places I've lived ain't no palaces. So I don't need grilled salmon or a new scratching post. Just give me a cardboard box and a can of tuna and we're good. You can even change my name. I'm cool being the kitty formerly known as Prince.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere will bring us wireless emergency alerts. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know, wherever you are.
Hey, Kevin, you thinking about retirement?
I'd love to, but I'm pretty busy with all this.
Yeah. Hey, let's meet our retirement coach, Avo. A is for taking action.
Not anxiety?
No, Kevin, you're gonna be fine.
You sing?
Barely. V is for variety.
And you dance?
Sort of. Come on. O is for optimize your savings.
Let Avo lead the way.
Visit aceyourretirement.org today.
Nice.
Thanks.
When you think of a pop-up, you usually think of a store, but now they're being used to promote TV shows and movies. Annenberg Media's Evan Fallstrup is in West Hollywood to tell us about the newest pop-up.
The Breaking Bad. Thanks, Cecil. Promotional pop-ups are now a growing trend. I'm here at one of LA's newest promotional pop-ups, the Breaking Bad Experience. Just opened today at 4 p.m. It's been open for about an hour and a half now. As you can see, it's bustling. The people that are organizing the event are wearing tribute to the main characters in the show that ran a meth lab. It's been very exciting. Earlier today, we spoke with one of the representatives to get the inside scoop.
So our pop-up, it's all 5 seasons Breaking Bad, photo moments, the memorable moments, and then a full bar and restaurant. So it's a themed menu. We like to think we stepped up the food and drink program. So it's themed. You know, we try to incorporate every bit of Breaking Bad into like all 5 senses. People don't know what they're getting. They buy the tickets before they get here. We're trying to give these people a solid product from the renderings to the time they get here.
Breaking Bad fans will recognize the restaurant, the meth lab, and other scenes created as a tribute to the new Netflix movie, El Camino. The immersive experience is designed to bring the plot to life.
People will sort of up their game, which I think will be really neat. This is a very unique opportunity for people to come up with great ideas and just sort of challenge the notion of a pop-up. It is not just, again, it's not just an enterprise to set up on a corner and sell, but it can be this really wonderful experience that is tied to a specific brand or audience.
Joining me now is Jennifer and David. They just came out of the experience. So what are your thoughts? What brings you here tonight?
We made reservations like right when it opened, and we've been super excited to check this out since we're huge Breaking Bad fans.
Cool. And what are some key highlights from your experience inside?
Everything in there was super interactive, especially if you're big on social media. You want to show off to all your friends that you're Breaking Bad fans. Got everything from a meth lab to the RV to Los Pollos Hermanos. Oh, just a wonderful experience in general. A lot of place to take pictures.
Cool. And overall, what do you think of the food and the atmosphere?
The food was super good actually, and you get to get drinks. Everyone gets a drink, even if they'll get a cocktail, get a mocktail, and you can make your own little concoctions. So just super cool experience overall.
Cool. And one more question: what do you think of the new pop-ups that are rising up more and more in LA?
I think it's really awesome. It's a really good way to promote whatever they're promoting to the loyal fans, such as earlier in the month we were at the It pop-up, and I think it's a really cool thing that they're doing, and it's definitely a good way to get people involved, especially for like nostalgic reasons, and it's just generally a really good thing for the fans.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much.
No, thank you.
Okay. That's all that we have for you so far. Again, the pop-up is completely sold out for the night, but tickets will be available online, and the restaurant runs until late January. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thanks, Evan. That looks really fun. We have a few days off for fall break. Maybe we could head over there.
I'm not gonna lie to you, Kelly. Fall break is coming up. I'll be asleep. You guys won't see me.
I knew you were gonna say that.
My phone's gonna be off. I'm not checking Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, nothing. I'm going to sleep.
Except you're gonna go to the game, the homecoming game.
If I wake up in time.
All right.
No promises, seriously.
I'll be sleeping quite a bit too, but I heard it's gonna be nice out.
Okay.
We've got some beautiful weather, like always. Our weather anchor, Sarah Martin, has more on this. Sarah, what do you got?
Hey guys, I don't know what you're talking about. Weather right now is awesome outside, and weather is going to be awesome during fall break. We have really, really nice conditions. Right now it's 88 degrees outside with only 41% humidity. But looking into tomorrow in the Inland Empire, weather is also going to be really, really nice. Looking at San Bernardino, we have 79. Riverside is 81. Looking over though to Big Bear, it's going to be in the 60s, and Palm Springs a little bit warmer in the 90s. And looking on over to the valley with 77 in Thousand Oaks, 70 in Malibu. Over in Northridge and San Fernando, it's also going to be in the 70s. And then moving back to USC for tomorrow's forecast, we have really nice 76, 71 at LAX, 72 in Long Beach, and it's going to basically be 70s in all the adjacent areas, Pomona, Anaheim, and Pasadena. A great weekend to spend at Disneyland. Hello. And then looking on over into the 5-day forecast, where weather promises to stay in the 70s, although it gets a little bit warmer in Sunday and Monday. Good thing it's going to be after fall break, and I'm definitely not going to be sleeping, going to be at the game and enjoying the nice weather. Thanks, guys, and back to you at the desk.
The Great Shakeout is an earthquake preparedness drill that trains students and staff on what to do if earthquakes strike. Students and staff in the Annenberg Media Center took part today in a mock drill. In the event of a major earthquake, the Fire and Safety Committee at USC has already trained professionals on specific emergency procedures to help students and staff.
So we have the ANN building, the AFC building, and we also have the Kirchhoff building off-site. So we have staff in each location on the different floors and the different areas that they sweep the classrooms, help people evacuate, and then wait for emergency services to arrive.
There will be more earthquake drills throughout the state tomorrow.
And as our weather anchor said, it's going to be a beautiful homecoming weekend, right, for the game?
Yeah, it's going to be a great weekend for sure. It's going to be a big game if they can take it. I mean, hopefully they'll be able to get a win out of this one.
Listen, I said I'd be asleep, but if I don't make it to the game, I'll watch it on TV. I don't know, we'll see. But I'm really looking forward to the game this weekend.
Yeah, no, it should be a good one. The Trojans are preparing for a huge Pac-12 showdown with Arizona this weekend. We'll highlight key matchups on both sides of the ball. Men's basketball season is finally upon us. We'll break down their star-studded roster and get you ready for this Friday's exhibition game. And finally, women's soccer continues to dominate, and one specific player is continuing her historic season. We'll tell you who that is. But first, let's pause for a 7th inning stretch. We'll be back with sports right after the break.
Hi, I'm Smokey Cole Bear, filling in because for 75 years, Smokey only said,
"Only you can prevent wildfires."
Meanwhile, the song was wrong. We did start the fire. Go to SmokeyBear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
1 in 3 adults has pre-diabetes. That means it could be you, your favorite brother, your other brother, you, your football buddy, your football buddy, you, your plumber,
Breathe right into your foot.
your plumber's masseuse,
Yes.
you, your dog walker, your cat jogger. With early diagnosis, pre-diabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Hey, let's check out this park. Oh, wow, that's really cool. To find a great local park or forest near you, go to discovertheforest.org.
Roll over. Chance high five. All right.
When you adopt a shelter pet, you discover all the things that make them unique.
And your mother and... I am totally a hot person. Right, guys? Thanks for being honest.
They're a little bit of a lot of things, but they're all pure love. Adopt pure love at theshelterpetproject.org.
Welcome back to ATVN. Trojan football sits at 3-3 on the year, coming off a heartbreaking loss to Notre Dame last weekend. They're preparing for a huge Pac-12 showdown with Arizona, as both teams sit at 2-1 in conference play and are part of a 4-way tie for first place in the Pac-12 South. The Trojans are well aware of the significance of this game, as a win could jolt them back into the conversation as a top team in the Pac-12. If the Trojans have aspirations of securing a Pac-12 title this year, then they have to look at this game as a must-win game.
Really important time for us in conference. Two teams that are 2-1 in conference that both control their own destiny, and should be a great game. We're playing a really good opponent that's been on a hot streak up until the Washington game, and playing a really, really talented quarterback in Khalil Tate.
Like Coach Helton said, the big matchup to watch this weekend is the Trojans' defense against dual-threat star quarterback Khalil Tate. Tate has the Wildcats sitting at number 9 in the nation with over 500 yards per game and top 2 in the Pac-12 in both passing and rushing yards per game. And the Trojans have been abysmal against dual-threat quarterbacks this year, letting Ian Book, Tyler Huntley, and even Fresno State's Jorge Reyna carve up their defense. If Helton and the Trojans are unable to slow down Tate, then their season and Helton's future could be in jeopardy. And speaking of things in jeopardy, the well-being of the Arizona linebackers could be in jeopardy now that Marquise Stepp has secured his spot as a star in the Trojans' backfield. Here's Trevors Tape with more.
Thanks, Noah. If violence isn't really your thing, you might want to step away from your screen. For this week's Trevors Tape, I'm going to show you what happens when you stand between running back Marquise Stepp in the end zone. Now, I'm no math major, but we're going to try to keep count of how many defenders it takes to bring down Stepp on this play. If you take a look, Stepp takes the handoff, starts off pretty normal before all the chaos, but then breaks one tackle. Then another guy comes in. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 defenders it takes to finally bring Stepp to the ground. You guys have heard of beast mode. Now I introduce you to beast mode. Listen, all year we've been saying, give Stepp the ball more, give Stepp the ball more, maybe 20, 25 times a game. Well, I take all that back. USC should just abandon the air raid altogether and give him the ball 50 times a game just based off what he was able to do against Notre Dame. 10 carries, 85 yards against the Fighting Irish, and a whole lot of sore defenders. Now, junior Vavai Malapai is injured, so Stepp has an opportunity to continue his path of destruction against Arizona. The Wildcats are giving up over 150 rushing yards per game. Stepp's seeing that right now, licking his chops to get out there on the field. Speaking of the Wildcats, USC men's basketball tips off its season against Villanova Friday. Well, sort of. It'll be an exhibition game with all proceeds going to the California Fire Foundation, so for a good cause. And the exhibition will also give fans a first look at some fresh faces, including 2 5-star recruits, Isaiah Mobley and Onyeka Okongwu, both part of USC's heralded top 10 recruiting class. Also new to the team is Columbia transfer Quentin Adlish. He'll be a captain of the team. And wide receiver Drake London, you heard that right. He'll be pulling double duty this season. I can barely walk and talk at the same time, so that's pretty impressive. Overall, there are 9 new players to the team, but the Trojans do bring back some experience and depth. Jonah Matthews, Nick Rakosovic, and Charles O'Bannon Jr. all return to the team. It'll be a good early test for the Trojans. Villanova is the defending Big East champion, so no slouch, and they return 4 of their 6 leading scorers from a year ago. Speaking of scoring, Noah, what's going on with women's soccer right now?
Well, Trevor, women's soccer knows a thing or two about scoring as they are in the midst of an incredible season and are traveling to Cal this weekend for a big Pac-12 showdown. The women of Troy sit at 11-1-1 on the year and are number 4 in the nation. They are coming off a 2-0 week where junior Tara McKeown continued her special season, scoring 3 of the team's 4 goals and had both game winners. The women of Troy are looking to continue their dominance this Friday and hope to carry momentum into a showdown with the Washington teams next week. And speaking of momentum in Washington teams, Washington, D.C. has a team that's pretty hot right now. My Dodgers were shockingly upset by the Washington Nationals last week, but that may not be looking like such a shock after all. Last night, the Nationals shocked the world again, completing a dominant 4-game sweep of the St. Louis Cardinals, advancing to their first World Series in franchise history. They dominated in every aspect of the game and never trailed once in this series. The Nationals did not trail a single time in the NLCS. The Nationals will have a lot of time to rest as they await the winner of the Yankees-Astros series, which many believe to be the actual World Series. However, with how hot the Nationals are playing right now and how hot they've been since June, they may be looking to shock the world one last time. The Nationals are looking really hot right now. It could be crazy if they come into this postseason. No one expects anything. They're in the wild card game, and they might come out. And if they face the Yankees or the Astros and they can take them and take a series, it'd be their first championship, and Nationals fans will be ecstatic with how they played.
And you know what, Noah, you made my day when you guys said basketball is back. Can I just mention that list was so long, but I'm not on the list. I think they should have added me to the team. I can hoop. I tried to talk to Coach. He said no, but you know we're working on that.
Maybe you can try to walk on.
Maybe. Can you talk to Coach for me?
I can try to put in a good word for you.
Set that up, man, because I'm telling you, my jump shot is crazy.
Oh, I'm sure.
It's crazy. All right, and I'm really good at 2K, though. That's really my thing.
Hey, well, maybe you can start a little 2K league with the team or something.
Esports. Hey, tell Coach, call me. We can make it happen.
I love it.
Thank you, Noah, for amazing sports coverage as always.
Of course.
And this time, it's not Kim Kardashian breaking the internet. It's mac and cheese.
Yeah, we'll have more on the cheesy viral video coming up next.
Meet the scan, a simple procedure whose mission is to detect lung cancer early.
I'm here to save you.
But I feel fine.
That's great, but you may still be at high risk for lung cancer.
Oh man, that's a new fence.
If you smoke, early detection could save your life. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Being prepared is a part of who you are. But it's especially important in the case of a disaster. Be informed about possible emergencies in your area. Make a plan that covers where you go in an emergency. Build a kit with the things you need to survive. There's no one more capable of planning for your situation than you. Start your plan today. Go to ready.gov/myplan.
When you adopt a shelter pet, you discover their unique mix of all kinds of traits.
Where'd Wiley go? Where's Wiley? Ah, there she is.
Paw, do you remember being an ancient wolf? Do you ever feel the call of the wild?
You're a renegade cop, and I'm a con woman with nothing to prove. But together, we could really solve this murder.
They're a little bit of a lot of things, but all of them are pure love.
Panera Bread's mac and cheese secret is out after an employee posted a TikTok video on Twitter. Take a look. The video has more than 945,000 likes and almost 9,000 comments. In response, Panera defended its mac and cheese, claiming it's made off-site with a recipe developed by the company's chefs.
So, wait, hold on. The mac and cheese. Like, first of all, who's getting mac and cheese from Panera? Let's just keep it. Let's just, I mean, I don't know. That's just me personally. Well, a Latin Grammy may be in the future for one USC doctoral candidate. Juan Pablo Contreras is up for Best Arrangement for his debut album, Maria Chilán, a fusion of Western, classical, and Mexican folk music. So, honestly, like, as you know, he's up for a Grammy. What do you think about that?
You know, I don't know much about it, but I'm excited to see. I'm excited to figure it out, to learn more.
Can we go back to the mac and cheese?
Let's go back to the mac and cheese. Please, let's talk about the mac and cheese.
Mac and cheese at Panera is extremely overrated.
Okay.
Thoughts? Agree to disagree with that. I absolutely love it. It's my guilty pleasure. I remember growing up, I always had it after soccer games. My mom would take me there. I think it's delicious. It was a little gross to see it coming from those bags, but you know, I'm not shocked, to be honest.
But let's just keep it real. First of all, if you want good mac and cheese, you're not going to Panera. And the girl who did that video, that's good journalism because the people needed to know that that's what the mac and cheese, that's where it was coming from.
She exposed the wrongdoing of Panera.
Absolutely.
Journalism on TikTok. It's the revolution.
It is.
Honestly, I really think that TikTok is going to be what we're going to be seeing next. You know? I mean, it's already on the rise, you know?
We should make a TikTok.
We should do it next week on the show. We'll get a TikTok and we'll do it live. We'll do it about anything on journalism. It'll be perfect.
Actually, in case you guys didn't know, Annenberg Media has a TikTok.
Yep.
Perfect.
We should hop on. Make one and put it right on.
Let's
we'll
do
hop
it.
on it.
It's the future, and we're the future.
It is.
Right?
Annenberg Media TikTok.
I think it's a great way to get more students watching and more people involved because I mean it's funny to watch. They're easy to make, but at the end of the day, I think Panera's mac and cheese still wins.
I mean, I've never had it, but after watching that video, I don't think I'm ever gonna eat that mac and cheese.
We'll see where it goes.
Well, thanks for watching Annenberg TV News. From everyone at Annenberg Media, I'm Cecil Hannibal.
And I'm Kellie Miller. You can watch us on the web at uscannenbergmedia.com. Have a wonderful Wednesday night.
Our hearts are made stronger by how we treat others.
Put her there.
The light you share can impact